I think I'm saying it right. I don't have my notes. We get to steer. We get to steer. How are you? We get to steer. Sehr gut. Danke. Very well, thank you. Sehr gut. Danke. Y'all. Good morning, Jerry Toss. Jerry Toss. I'm ready to do an interview. I'm ready. The only thing is my schedule is so crazy. Jared Talks does interviews, y'all, and I'm really excited to do an interview with him because we share something that a lot of people cannot say that they survived. So we share that, we have that in common, and I cannot wait to see what questions you have for me. I cannot wait for us to really come together and do this interview. It's just that I have so many doctor's appointments back to back. Okay, I will. I will on Instagram. Y'all, today I'm out here on the homestead and I wanted to talk to you guys today about why I tell my cancer story. First of all, I'm still going through, even though I am now considered a survivor. I am in complete remission. I went through having a blood cancer, so that's a little bit different. Um, and it tried to tear me up. It tried to tear me up. I actually still have a port beneath the skin. I still have a port. They took out my transfusion line, but I still have my port. And I came out to the homestead this morning and I'm looking around and I can't help but to see and feel how blessed I really am. And I would be totally crazy if I did not tell whoever I could tell what all I went through. And the reason why I tell my story the way I do is because when I was first diagnosed, I could not find anybody with anything positive to say. Um, there were not too many people out there who were willing to talk about it, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I've been through a lot since a kid. I mean, like, I'm so grateful that Jared is in the room. I've been through so much, and I know he understands me. I know he gets me. I was looking at one of your lives one day, and I wasn't commenting because I had you up on my TV, and I completely understood what you were saying about how sometimes you just don't want to go through certain stairs or whatnot. I went through so much therapy as a child. Mm, I don't know what you. Thank you. I went through so much um, therapy and in and out of the hospital, illnesses, um, just different hardships growing up, and I was always constantly feeling like the oddball, the weird one, and just misunderstood altogether. I tell my cancer story because if somebody else out there is going through it or know somebody who's going through it, I want them to have someone positive to look at, and I want them to understand that it's a mental as well as a physical. It will tear on you. Um, it will tear on you physically. Let me see, y'all. I don't normally do this, but I'm gonna do this one. I don't normally hide people from my channel because I welcome the trolls. I need the watch hours. My watch hours keep going down no matter what I do. So, but some trolls I have to, because today I'm speaking on something that is near and dear to my heart. So, with taking self inventory while I was going through cancer treatment. I had to evaluate myself. I had to look at some things that I do that make me the weird one, that makes me the oddball, that makes me the family member that's not called, that makes me the family member that's constantly told, no, don't do this, stop, don't say nothing. I had to look at myself and say, what is it about me that makes me have such a hard life? What is it about me where I have the autistic kids? What is it about me where I'm constantly sick, where I'm constantly going through something? What is it about me? And it hit me like a ton of bricks, y'all. Good morning, Deneen. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well. It hit me like a ton of bricks, y'all. It could be because I'm sensitive. And I'm not saying it in a mean way, because one day I called one of my cousins sensitive and she took it as like a disrespect. I'm very sensitive. I told y'all in another live that when I was growing up, if somebody got up in church and said, oh, I thank the Lord because I passed by accident on the way here, and I could have been in that accident. I was the kid in the back of the church crying because I was hurt for who was in the accident. Oh, yeah, because you're in a totally different time. Thank you for checking in on me, Deneen. I really appreciate you, especially considering what you're going through. I really appreciate you just checking in on me, even if it's just for a few minutes. But I had to start looking at different situations I went through, different things that I did, not thinking twice, just doing. And I didn't I didn't think as a kid that some of the things that I was doing was wrong, but I just knew that it was frowned upon. I grew up in a culture of protect the bad guy and villainize the victim. That's the culture that I grew up in. Protect the bad guy and excuse the bad guy, but villainize the victim. I'm good. I'm out here. Boss say Denise, I'm out here and I just had to tell why I tell my story, even though I'm in remission. It just God laid it on my heart that I need to really share why I feel like I'm so blessed. When I was in church, we used to always say, just look and see what God has done for me. I'm blessed, he's opened doors for me I could not see. Yeah. See, some people don't understand why I smile, why I dance, why I'm so happy about life after all I've been through. I've been through meningitis, I've been through cancer, I've been through vertigo, I've been through thyroid disease, I have children with autism. I've been through a lot. I've been through abuse, and it hit me so hard that I believe that the reason why I've been given the life that I have, the hard, tough life, is because I'm so sensitive. And I believe that's why God put one of my oldest twins who's nonverbal and has autism. I believe that's why he's in my life. I believe, now that I look back on everything, that he's just sensitive to the spirit realm. I really believe that in my heart of hearts, because we would get around certain people and he would cover his ear. He wouldn't want to have nothing to do with them, and he wouldn't even want to be close to them. And now that I look back on it, I think he saw things that I didn't see. Good morning, Sandra D. You was up there, said early this morning. And I was looking in on Wellness with Fruit Mama this morning also. She was talking about the housing, and I can agree with a whole lot of what she was saying. But y'all, I just had to let y'all know that when I was going through, I had to take a self inventory. I had to look at myself. See, sometimes people will look at other people and analyze what other people do and how they do it. And I never have been that type of person. I always have been sensitive to other people. If I see somebody right now walking up and have on uh, pajama pants or something like that, or if anything, I'm concerned. Are they okay? I'm not bashing. I'm not saying like now he know he shouldn't be out here with that on. I'm wondering if they okay. And I've been like that since I was a little girl. One day when we was riding in the deep country, I mean it was a long road, and we saw a guy with a big, we call them bug out bags. I think they call them that in the military too. But he had a big bug out bag on, and he was walking like he was so tired, and he was just down and out, and he was looking back like he was hoping somebody would stop. When I tell y'all, everybody in the car was bashing him. It made me hurt so bad in my soul. They was like, they was already calling him, I can't say it on YouTube, but they were saying certain things like he probably looking for his next victim, and um, just, and I was thinking to myself, how long has he been walking? Can we throw him a bottle of water? But I couldn't say anything. I couldn't say it because if I would have said anything, I would have been the wrong one. Just like now, when I speak up for women who are going through cancer and they're covering their heads and they're getting judged and criticized and ridiculed. If they put on a wig, they're talked about. If they wear a covering, they're talked about. If they wear their bald head, they're talked about. And I'm the one that's sitting there like hurting for them because I know that hurt. I know that feeling when you just feel like you just can't do nothing right. Um, I I have people in my life that have back issues, but they'll be the main ones to talk about somebody else who tells them openly. Like when I got up this morning, I just thank God that I was able to take a shower because my back was hurting so bad, and when I took my shower, I just slipped on what I could because my back was hurting so bad. And you would have somebody else with the issue with their back go back and talk about the person who said they just slipped something on that morning because they knew they weren't leaving the house. They knew they were just going to be at the house. So it took everything out of them just to take a shower. I'm really starting to feel like the reason why I've been given the life that I've been given, and it's been so hard, it's been such a struggle, it's been so painful to watch your loved ones uh, criticize you, push you to the side. Um, I really feel in my heart of hearts that I've been given this life because I'm so sensitive. I really feel like um, my sensitivity helps me, my empathy helps me throughout life. I was a part of a religious class. I want to say some people call it a cult, but I was a part of it, and the the one reason what made me stop going, stop attending. I still have some of the same morals, but I had to stop because they wanted me to hate a certain race of people, and I can't. It's not in my heart. I can't hate a whole race because when I coded in the hospital, when I had my twins and I coded, and I had my NDE, my near-death experience, when I went through that, when I opened my eyes, there were people from all nations around my bed trying to help me. So I can't see myself saying, but I don't want your help because you're not black, and I don't want your help because you're a man or whatever. I couldn't see it when I was put into the hospital and I was sent up to the bone marrow unit. Thank you, Deneen, for understanding, because sometimes people don't understand where my praise come from, and they just don't understand. Like, hey, I can't. It's hard for me to hate people. It's hard for me to demonize people. Not unless I just see something in you that's just downright like you got a spirit on you. Then I distance myself from you. But I can't see myself bashing somebody or hating somebody because of what they have or what they don't have or what they look like, what they don't look like, and it hurts my heart. It hurts me to the point where I feel bad that I'm feeling bad because I'm surrounded by people who want me to criticize others, wants me to bash others, and I can't. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I've been through too much. I've seen too much. I know what it feels like to get up out the bed and feel still. I know what it feels like to have a shooting pain. So I wouldn't dare bash somebody who say, "Oh man, I could barely get up out the bed today," or I can't feel bad when I can't be mean to somebody when they say like, "Child, I wanted to wear that, but I could barely lift my arm." You think I'm finna sit there and say, uh, "Man, she knows she should have put such and such on." I know how it feels to be hurting. I know how it feels to have people around me feel like I'm supposed to just keep going and putting on the show, and I'm hurting. I'm tearing myself apart for a show. I would never find it in my heart to bash people for what they can do or what they can't do, or if they keep going through their pain. I don't know what's behind their smile. They could be smiling, they could be laughing. Me, I'm always dancing and smiling. Sometimes y'all see me break down crying, but you never know what's behind somebody's smile. You never know what they're going through, especially behind closed doors. That them smiling and dancing or them coming and talking to you may be their only hope. It may be their only hope. Y'all, I had to look in. If you look into your heart, hey, with a positive mind, take self-inventory, your woman and your glory, leave the bad things behind. Do. Y'all, I had to take a self-inventory. I had to look at myself. I had to look within myself and say, what is it about me where I am seen as a bad person because I feel bad for this person? I'm seen as the bad person because I want to know the backstory. I want to know why. I want to know if you're okay. I want to know if you need any help. Is it something I can do? I don't want to bash nobody. I don't want to talk bad about them. That's why I get so sensitive about some of these channels that just make it their business to bash another channel or another family. And it's gotten to the point where now y'all calling in authorities to these people. Y'all don't know what come behind that. We are in a spiritual war right now, and God is not playing with his people. If they say God laid it on their hearts for them to do this or do that, and you come behind them and try to destroy it, you don't know. You don't know the consequences of your actions. y'all, y'all know I'll break down and say, I'm like Miss JoJo. Miss JoJo, she'll start singing in the middle of her reading her scriptures. But I had to come out here and I had to think to myself, why am I the way I am? Why did I get the life that I have? I have such a hard life. And then it's to the point where I have a hard life. I know I do. But it's getting to the point where people want to copy me and mimic me because they see out, they see what's flourishing. They see the roads coming from the concrete, so they want to mimic the roads. But they don't want, like, who's that said, some people want your rhythm but don't want your blues. And if people only knew what all I really went through to get to where I'm at, they wouldn't be wishing on my life. They wouldn't be wanting to copy my life at all. I went through some stuff that I have never talked about. I've been going through stuff since I was little. And I started talking to the Most High when I was little because I felt like, okay, I used to be in church all the time, so I was the kid that felt like, well, they say if you pray about it, well, they say if you know, my grandmama used to always say, if you hum, the devil don't know what you're talking about. So sometimes if you get a little song in your spirit, just hum it. That's what my grandmama used to tell me. So sometimes I used to just hum. She'll say, don't whistle, hum, because the devil don't know what you're talking about. So when I was little, I used to just hum sometimes, and I would just talk to God when I'm playing by myself. Cause yes, a lot of times I had to play by myself, cause I was that weird kid. I was the weird kid, y'all. I told y'all, even when I became a teenager, I was still that weird kid. My friends was reading Zane books, and I was reading the encyclopedia. That's how weird I was. Um, I was what they consider a band geek. I was in the band, but I wasn't doing what some of the other people in the band were doing. I just wanted to learn my clarinet. Uh, I just wanted to. We used to go up in seats, so I used to just want to move up in my seat. I wanted to learn my scales. I wanted to go to college, so I wanted to, I wanted to master my clarinet, basically. Y'all, I was always that weird kid, but I was always that kid that was kind of talking to the Most High, to myself. Sometimes I would sit in my room and I would just be in a conversation with the Most High, like, Lord, why you putting me through this? Why? I used to question everything. I used to question if I had a group of cousins that uh, they would be cool with me when they feel like I'm down and out, or they would be cool with me sometimes, but then when there's other things going on, like big things, then all of a sudden I was not included, I was not invited, or whatever the case may be. And that was a little weird to me. So I would go to the Most High with it. And I had to look into myself again, and I had to reevaluate. It's because I am the weird one. I'm the weird one, and I'm happy with it. I'll take it now that I'm in my 40s. But when I was younger, I couldn't understand. I didn't understand it at all. I I wanted to be a part of a group that was not on the same frequency as I was. I hope I'm saying that right. I wanted to be a part of something, or a group so bad that I was willing. I used to hear them say certain things, but I was so excited that I was being accepted that I just bypassed some of the things that they were saying. But then I had to step back again. Say, is this really what you want? Do you really want to be around people that just really want you to be hateful for no reason? So I had to step back slowly but surely. I had to ease back. Like my dad used to tell me, sometimes you got to ease your head out the tiger's mouth. If you know you're in a situation that can snap you down and that can cut you down, or that can go and tell other people you did something that you didn't do, or they can make a story sound worse than it was so that everybody can hate you. Sometimes when you're in a situation like that, you have to ease your head out the tiger's mouth. You have to just kind of slide back slowly but surely. And you have to do it with love. I'm going to do it with love. I'm going to release you. So after seeing a few videos, because I've been going down this rabbit hole of I've been looking at other people's channels that I'm not subscribed to or whatever, but because I was searching for my language learning, y'all know. So I started finding new people and everything, and I started to see some people that I feel like I can relate to. I know how it feels to go through any type of struggle. Like I said, my struggle may be cancer, but somebody else's struggle may be back pain. And I'm saying back pain because I went through, when I had meningitis and they had to do the spinal tap and everything, I went through that. So that's the reason why I keep bringing up back pain. But And my best friend, she had some back issues where she actually had to get shots in her back. So I just I'm just the type of person where if I see somebody and they may not have on an outfit I think they should have on, or they may not be driving what I think they should drive. First of all, why would I even look at? I don't care what nobody driving. As long as you pull up, pull up. But I don't understand when people start looking at what you have on, who you're friends with, who you know. Good morning, April Showers Network. Y'all know I love April Showers. She is also a survivor. Love her to pieces. I love her. Yeah, April Showers. I was just in here talking about how I had to take self inventory. I had to look into myself and find out. I had to ask myself. They say don't ask God any questions. I had to ask myself, why is it that I've been given such a hard life, and I go through so much? And I think it helped me to be the person that I am today. I think it helped me to be more empathetic to other people. I think it helped me to see the world through a different lens. I've been given a hard life, but at the same time, I feel like it's a gift and a curse. It's a gift because if I see somebody hurting, I know that hurt. I know that feeling. So uh, I can go to them with a genuine caring heart because I know how that feels. But at the same time, I feel like it's a curse because people will see who I am, and they will they will try to bash me. They will talk bad about me. They will try to take from me spiritually, energetically. They would try to pull from me. And before I knew who I was, before I realized who I really was, I was allowing people to pull on my energy. And then next thing you know, you start seeing them and they starting to dress like you, act like you, talk like you. Uh, they might even go buy the same stuff you have, and you be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I thought I was the I thought I was the one everybody was talking about. But genuinely, they want your spirit. They want that light you possess. They want that light you possess. And when I was going through and I was fighting, I was going through the chemo and all that, and people still wanted me to be there for them, do for them. And they still wanted me to, it's almost like they acted like I was faking or something like that. I realized people can see you on your last. People can see you really pushing, trying to beat this thing, trying to beat this thing. And you got some people out there that don't have that sensitivity that you have. And they have no problem with continuing to pull on you and pull on you until you have nothing left. And then what they're gonna do, they'll just go on to the next people and pull on their energy. I really feel in my heart of hearts, after I had to look into myself, I had to find out what was going on with me. What made me the butt of the jokes? What made it okay for people to say certain things to me and say it like they acting like they joking, but they really weren't. And then what made it okay for me when I tell somebody, I don't like what you just did, that hurt my feelings, and then I became the bad guy? What made it okay? Why am I giving this life? Hello, I had an epiphany. It's because I am very sensitive. I'm very sensitive, and I'm respectful of the spirit world. I'm a nature girl. So of course bad spirits want to pull on me. Of course dark energies want to pull on me because I am connected and I respect the spirit world. I respect nature. So the dark entities see that in me. They saw it in me before I saw it in me. They say that the devil seeks out whom he may destroy. You think when the devil is roaming the earth that he's looking for others like him? He already got you. He already got the dark entities. He got his crew. He's searching. And when you searching, what do you use? A light. He's searching for that little glimpse of light. He's seeking out whom he may, because he still got to get permission. He's seeking out whom he may devour. And y'all, I feel like I've been attacked my whole life because I had a light in my back pocket that I didn't even know. Hello. I think I just said something, y'all. I had a light on me that I didn't even realize I had. And the devil's been attacking me ever since I was a child. I was born with that light. I carried that light and didn't even know I had the light. Didn't even know I possessed something good in my heart. Even when I was out there doing stuff I didn't have no business doing, it was always something in me that tugged me and made me feel like, this ain't right. I'm out. This ain't for me. And even in those moments, I had people around me who I thought were my friends or thought were close to me say something like, oh, you tripping. You all right. We all right. We good. You tripping. I tell this story to this day. I used to club at this spot all the time. And the last time I went in that spot, I said, ooh, something feel heavy in here. And I was standing there with my drink in my hand. I didn't drink much, but when I went out, sometimes I drink from time to time. I'm standing there with my drink on my hand. I started seeing things in slow motion. I started listening to the words that was being played in the music. I started watching what was going on like in the corners. Something told me to get out of there. Something told me you don't belong in here and you don't want to be in here when I show my face. I promise y'all that's what I heard. I didn't go back to that spot in about, I want to say maybe 2 weeks after that. I went to riding down where that spot was, and it was burnt down to the ground. I kid you not. I kid you not. I had to call my bestie, because that was a spot me and her used to go to a lot. I had to call her and say, did you know it was burnt down? She said, yeah, you didn't know that? She said, well, the word around town is, and she started telling me the tea with the with the spot being burnt down. Y'all, when I was in there, that last time I was in there, I promise y'all I started seeing things in slow motion. I started seeing and I started hearing the words in the music. Now, usually I could bop my head to some good music. Now, I love music. But I started hearing the lyrics. And it sounded like the music had actually slowed down so that I can hear and see everything that was going on. I'm very sensitive, y'all. So at the same time, I started to feel bad for those that was in there that didn't see what I saw. If that makes any sense. I hope it makes sense. I started to feel bad for those that was in there that did not see and feel what I was seeing. And I even asked at the bar, I was like, I said, am I missing something? I think that's what I said. I said something to that effect, like, am I missing something? What's going on? And at that time, I was laughed at once again. I was laughed at. Y'all, it wasn't even a full month after that. That place had burned down to the ground. If you are a sensitive person and you can really feel others' pain, don't allow this world to make you feel bad for feeling that pain. Don't allow this world to make you feel bad for having that light in your back pocket that you don't even know you have. Don't make this world make you feel bad for having a story to tell. Because I had to really look into that too. Because some people will make me feel bad that I'm telling my story. But the truth of the matter is, do you not want me to tell my story because you feel like it's taboo? Or do you not want me to tell my story because you know how you performed during my journey? You don't want that part to get out. I just, I had to really, really look into myself and say, what is it about me that I have such a hard life? I've gone through some things that you couldn't even imagine. And when I was growing up, I was always the little skinny, scrawny little, I was the little scrawny little something, but I was the scrapper. I would fight you tooth and nail, especially if it came to my family. And when I tell y'all the enemy knows your heart, the enemy knows your heart, but God knows your heart too. Because let me tell you one thing about me. When I was growing up, I was tiny, but if you say something to one of my family members, if you did or said something to anybody that belonged to me, I was ready. I was ready. So later on down the line, when I started having my own family and everything, the enemy knew exactly what to attack, what is attached to me. He couldn't get to me, so he seeped his way into what he could attach, what he saw was attached to me. He seeped his way into that because he knew if I can get close to what she loves, she's gonna curse her creator. Newsflash, I never did. I never folded. I never folded. I talked to him. I talked to God and I asked him why. Why me, Lord? What is it about me? But when I tell you it didn't pan out the way the enemy thought it was going to pan out, his plan didn't work, now he really made it. So guess what? Now I got to get stronger. I got to be even stronger now. Because you think he going to leave me alone now? He's not going to leave you alone. He's not going to leave you alone because you're strong and you carry a light. When I was growing up, they had this program called a DARE program. They talked about drugs and everything. And one thing they always told us, they said, if you're a smart kid, strong kid, fast kid, you're the ones that the drug dealers are going to go after. So that's the same thing with the enemy. If the enemy sees that you're the strong one spiritually, physically, mentally, and you respect the spirit world, you the one he wants. You think he wants some weak people on his team. He goes after the ones that he see are strong. He goes after the ones that he see will be the ones to lift their voices. He goes after the ones that he see that God has blessed and got his hand on. Those are the ones he go after. And he went after me real hard. And I know in this moment right now, he ain't done. So while he taking his little break, I'm not going to cease my praying. I'm not going to stop in studying the word. I'm not going to stop in loving. I'm not going to stop with my singing and my praising. I'm not going to stop. You know why? Because when he come back, he going to come back with 7 more. When that demon come back, he going to come back with a legion. He's going to come back with a slew of them. He going to go and he going to get in their ear. And when I tell you, he can use anybody. He can use anybody. He going to go and he going to get in their ear. And he's going to say, see, look, now she thinks she high and mighty now. Look at what she doing now. Now she called herself getting back out in the yard. Oh, look at what she doing now. Oh, she bought herself something new. Oh, look. He gonna get in their ear and they gonna raise up and they're going to come after you again. They're going to come after you again. And when they come back, hey, Showers, you know, I be listening to you a lot, and I know you know. When that enemy comes back after you, it's going to come through family. It's going to come through friends. It's going to come through neighbors. It's going to come through the TV screen. It's going to come through music. He going to come at you hard. But take it from me. Take it from somebody who done been through a whole lot. I've been in the hospital back and forth more times than I can count. Still got the scars of my transfusion line. Still got my port. And I'll be glad when they take that out, by the way. Y'all, when I tell you, he was coming at me back to back to back. I had my moments where I would cry, but I never, ever, ever forgot who my father was. Don't you ever forget. Don't you ever forget who your creator is. See, that's when he gets you. When you start questioning your savior, that's when he gets you. If you listening to some music and you hear, oh, that sound, oh. Sometimes you gotta turn it down or turn it off. Even if it's a bop. Even if it's a bop. Cause I still play a lot of y'all know I love to dance and have a good time. But some of this new music that I see that they got the babies dancing to and stuff, I be listening to the words and I be like, whoa, 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 whoa. When I was growing up, if we listening to some music like this, we had to sneak and listen to it. I don't know about y'all, but I had to sneak and listen to certain music. And it wasn't as raw as it is now. When I tell y'all, that enemy will seep and slither through however he can to get to you, especially if you the one in the family that's spiritually intact. Especially if you're the one that see things for what it really is and you don't sugarcoat. See, that's me. I'm the one that ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing. If you come at me with some mess and I feel like you coming at me with some mess, I'm gonna tell you, that sounds like some mess to me. That don't sound right to me. Oh, and they get mad. They get real mad when you let them know, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. See, the old me, I used to be like, well, I'll try to see if I can make it. I'll see if I can do it. And I'm always trying to do for everybody else. And then one day I realized, hell, these folks don't care if I was to fall out right here and right now. I'm not gonna do it. When I started getting that in my vocabulary, oh, I was the bad guy. Y'all know how it is. You have to get in your vocabulary. Nah, I can't do that. Baby. You can add baby or sweetie on the end. You can be nice, nasty. No, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. It's just as simple as that. Nope, I can't do it. I can't do it. All this stuff going on in the world today, and you still got folks worried about what somebody driving in. I don't care if you in a hoop-de-loop. If you are doing good, you healthy, you strong, you better hold on to that, because I know what it feels like to not be healthy. I know what it feels like to be aching with pain all over your body and people still want you to go run errands for them. Y'all, I had to look into myself, into my soul. And I had to ask myself, why is it that I keep having the health issues? Why is it that I keep having problems in my life? Is it something that I did? Did I do something wrong? I always have tried to do the right thing, Lord. Why do I see people out here that's on drugs and prostituting their body and stuff, and they have a better life than me? They out here happy. They doing their thing. And here it is, I've been trying to live right and do right. And now I feel like I keep getting these daggers at me. And I had to have a moment. And I said, hot dog, that's what it is. Because I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive to other people's emotions. I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. I hurt when other people hurt. So I'm pulling in all that energy. Pulling in all that energy. I see somebody else sick, I'm sick. I see somebody else having a hard time with their children, and I empathize with them. I don't talk about them. I don't bash them. If I see a woman having a hard time with her children, I really feel bad. I really be wanting to know if I can help in any way. I know what it feels like to really be trying to hold yourself together, and people feel like you're supposed to be this top mom all the time, when sometimes you don't know if she just had to fight that man the night before. You don't know if she got up in the morning and still was trying to fix her kids some food when she just got the news 2 or 3 days ago that she had a terminal illness. You don't know if she just found out that day before that dude got a whole nother family across town, but she still had to pull herself up and take care of her children. You don't know what people be going through. You don't know if she just found out one of her closest friends left this physical world and she got a heavy heart, but she's still trying to pull herself up. So in that moment, you got to ask yourself, are you wanting her to be strong for her and for her kids, or are you wanting her to be strong to put on that face, that mask? What happened? What happened where we can't look out for each other? What happened where we can't check on each other and say, are you okay? What happened where even when, I remember when I was growing up, sometimes my mama would go and be talking to somebody, and instead of her even saying, do you need help with her, my mama would go in there and start doing the dishes while she talking. Yeah, girl. Mm-hmm. Do they dishes. Sweeping the floor. Yeah. Uh-huh. She over somebody else's house. She saw that they needed help, and instead of her going back and saying her house was so nasty, she had dishes everywhere, my mama used to sit there and let them talk to her and tell all whatever that was going through. Child, I woke up with a migraine, blah, blah, blah. My mama be over there washing their dishes. What? Did you try some vinegar? Oh, okay. Yeah, because they used to. It should be just doing the dishes, sweeping the floor. How long you had that headache? Well, I'm going to call mama and see what mama say what you probably should do. What happened to that? What happened to reaching out and helping people? We so quick to talk about people, and it hurts me to my heart. It hurts me to my heart. I didn't mean to come on here this long, but I'm telling y'all, I had to do a self-inventory. I had to take account, and I had to look into my heart and see, why is it that I have the life that I have? Why is it that I go through so much? And I get disappointed by people so much. And I had one of my doctors in the hospital that overheard something that I was going through. One of the PAs. And she came in there and she said, I would have never known that you deal with stuff like that. She said, with the way you carry yourself, I would have never known. She said, but let me tell you one tidbit of information. She said, but you're a reader, so I know you probably already ran across this. She said, sometimes you gotta not expect certain things from people, so that way you won't be disappointed. You won't be disappointed if you don't expect anything. And y'all, when I tell y'all, when I started looking into myself and I started asking myself the tough questions, I started looking into my demons and what my weaknesses and my strengths. When I really started to come to the conclusion of I'm too sensitive. And the enemy can spot that. I'm too sensitive. When I care for people, I need to start doing it in a way where it's how can I put it? Cause I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna love on people regardless. But I need to do it in a way where I'm not ashamed of it. I need to do it in a way where I'm not ashamed of it. You will have people these days make you feel shame because you're saying like, okay, I'm gonna use the example of somebody hurting again. Somebody hurting and you be like, oh man, so when like my mama would say, when that start? What we need to call the elders in the family and see how we need to hear that. I was to the point where I didn't even want to mention it because people would have me feeling like how dare you? Because they want to bash the person so bad. She probably over there hurting because she been doing it. She probably over there hurting because she do that. She probably over there hurting because just so ugh. And I would lessen who I really am. I would bring down who I really am just to not cause conflict. So I'm gonna start. If I start feeling bad for somebody because they going through or whatever, I'm just gonna stand in my truth and ask them if they're okay. See if they need some help. Try to help them however I can. Another situation I remember when I was growing up, there was a young lady in the neighborhood that was out in the streets. She was out there. She was out there, and she had a son. She had a little bitty baby boy, and she used to just have him in the car seat outside while she just outside doing her thing or whatever. And my mama took that baby in just about every weekend. Seemed like every weekend. And she would pull up and she would ask her, like, let him come with me so he can go and get something fresh to eat and get a bath and stuff. And then she said, I know you need a break. I know you need a break, but let him come with me this weekend. Because she knew that girl was going to be partying and everything, and had that baby sitting in that same car seat. See, my mama wasn't the type where she going to call the folks on you and all that. She said, let me get the baby. My mama would take that baby home, give him a warm bath, feed him, reading books to him, had him sitting up in the bed with us. Me and my sister, we became the other babysitter. And we just loved on him like he was our brother, basically. I still remember his name to this day. But it's like we're missing that connection where we love on each other. But we'll love on the people that's out there doing wrong. Why? I was watching April Showers one day, and she was talking about how, if a woman messing around and going from this one to that one and everything, and talking bad about people and stuff, I get it. I get it. Those are the ones that people are drawn to. It causing confusion. Causing confusion. That's one of the red flags of the enemy. Causing confusion. And then you'll have some people, if you call them out on that, you'll have some people to turn it around on you. You'll say, I don't think I want to be around her too much because she be sleeping around with different folks' husbands and causing confusion and gossiping about other women and stuff just to make the man feel like. Y'all, if you say something like that nowadays, people will turn around on you and say, oh, you just insecure. Oh, you're just toxic. No, I'm being real. I don't want to be around nobody like that. Because I wouldn't do nobody like that. I see it for what it is. And I'm going to call a spade a spade. See, that's why the enemy don't like the fact that I have this where I will tell the truth. The enemy don't like when people tell the truth. I will tell the truth. I call a spade a spade. Good is good, bad is bad. Period. I don't care how you slice it and dice it. But nowadays, like my grandmama used to tell me, she said it's gonna come a time where good will be seen as evil and evil will be seen as good. There will come a time when you can no longer pull out your Bible. The time is here. The time is here. Good is seen as evil and evil is seen as good. You try to do something the right way and they will turn around on you and make it seem like what you're doing is bad and what the bad doing is good. I had to take self-inventory, y'all. I had to look into myself, into my heart, and ask myself, why? Why do I have such a tough life? Why do people not even listen? While I'm on the topic of my mama, I'm going to bring up something my mama did recently that just really bothered me. And she know I love her, but this bothered me. My mom got Wi-Fi. So I told my mom, I said, don't put the Wi-Fi by your bed. Put the Wi-Fi like, downstairs somewhere or by the window or something like that, but don't put it by your bed. She had somebody else come help her and they reading the directions and stuff. They put the Wi-Fi up there by her bed. I said, Mom, I'm telling you, it's letting off radiation. Don't put the Wi-Fi by your bed. Don't put it by your head. Put it somewhere by the window away from you, even downstairs if you can. That's why I had it at. I had it downstairs. It was working fine by the window and everything. She came and she showed me, because on the directions it's saying I said, Mom, you ain't got to show me the directions. I'm trying to tell her something that I know because of the studies that have been put out. And she was like, she's showing me this and she telling me it's supposed to go. Uh, and I just had to leave it alone, y'all. I had to leave it alone. But teaching time is over. You can only say so much. You can only say so much. But when I tell y'all, I had to look into myself. And I had to ask myself, why is it that I go through so much? That answer hit me, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. You're too sensitive. You feel things. You feel people's pain. You feel people's hurt. And you're sensitive. And you respect the spirit world, which means you possess a light. The enemy does not go after darkness. The enemy goes after light so he can turn that light on. He's seeking whom he may devour. And when he's seeking whom he may devour, your light is what he's attracted to. He's attracted to my light. It's something in me that I possess that I didn't even know I possessed. He's attracted to my spirit. So now, during this time, it's up to me to get stronger. It's up to me to stay prayed up. Do whatever you do. If you meditate, if you pray, if you just have a moment of silence, whatever it is you do. Me personally, I pray to the Most High. Matter of fact, today is one of my busiest days because I still observe the Sabbath. So, y'all, when I tell y'all it hit me so hard, and when it hit me, it was like, that's it. Like I had an epiphany. He's attracted to, he gives, how can I say it? The people that are going through a lot, and you picking on them or you laughing at their pain, you scoffing at their situation, you bashing what they have and what they don't have. Sometimes those are the main people that possess a light that you can't even buy. Sometimes those are the main people that may have something that the enemy is trying to take from them. The enemy is trying to put them in a position where they curse, God. And they still holding on. They are still holding on. No matter what they have on, no matter if they walking with a slow walk, no matter if they dancing, no matter if they doing a little two-step because they can't dance the way they used to. They still hold a light. And I thank God for my light. Yahweh, you hear me? I thank the Most High for my light. Thank you. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. And today, y'all need to take out the time to just tell the Most High, thank you. I'm blessed. Thank you. Because you have been through stuff. I'm just talking about my story, but just sit back sometimes and think about the things that you have been pulled out of. Think about the things you've been through. Think about the pain you've been through. And take the time. Thank you for the hearts. Take the time to tell the Most High, thank you. Thank you to my Creator, the Creator of all things, great and small. Even the little birds that don't even have to worry about where they're going to get their food from. Thank you. You think them birds singing for no reason? Thank you. All praise to the Most High. I thank you for another chance. I thank you for giving me the strength to go through all the things that I done went through. Take the time to tell them thank you. And never forget it. Some people like to go through their journey and forget about it. Forget about it. I'm not going to forget about it. I'm going to keep telling my story until the end of time. I'm going to keep telling my story. Thank you for getting me through. Thank you for keeping me strong while I was going through. Thank you for giving me the spiritual eyes to see the things that I saw going on while I was going through. Thank you. Just look and see what God has done for me. He's opened doors for me I could not see yet. I don't serve him just like I should. I know I don't deserve all of his good. Y'all, I'm blessed. And so are you. You are blessed. You have a light in your back pocket that you didn't even know you had. You didn't even know you had that light in you. And you wondering why things come against you. You wondering why you was trying to get that job and you couldn't get that job. You wondering why you was trying to be friends with this person and it just seemed like it never would work out. You wondering why you couldn't get the house that you wanted, but you ended up with something else. You're wondering when the whole time God was protecting you. Yes, Miss Riz. Thank you. You have to take the time to say thank you for protecting me. Thank you for giving another outlook when one doctor said one thing and another doctor said something else. Thank you for keeping me strong while they was trying to figure it out. Because they don't even know how long I had leukemia. Thank you, Father God, for keeping me. Thank you for giving me the strength to go through. You don't have to move the mountain, but give me the strength to climb. Yup. If only y'all knew part of my story, you would understand my testimony. You will understand why I sing and dance and smile the way I do. That enemy been after me for years. And when I tell you this, I'm saying it out of love. If you have had a hard life, if you have been through some things, then you gonna understand where I'm coming from when I say this. He don't stop. When he sees that you're a prayer, when he sees that you're strong spiritually, when he sees that you have a personal relationship with the Most High, he's not going to stop. He's going to come after you again and again. But he's going to go back and he's going to come back with a legion of demons. He's going to come back. Frugal Mama, I was watching you this morning. You went a little longer today, though. But I was watching, and I'm so happy with what you're trying to do, because I get it. I get it. But y'all, when I tell you that enemy is going to come after everything that you try to do in your life. You know how long I've been wanting to have a homestead? Seemed like everything kept getting in the way. Even when this was purchased, I was in the hospital. And I was the one wanted the homestead. Yeah, you did. But I was loving every minute of it, though. I was loving every minute. Y'all, when I tell you that enemy, he will try to block everything you got going. They will bash everything about you. Don't worry about what other people say about you. Because they're going to talk regardless. They're going to talk regardless. They're going to talk about you if you're short. They're going to talk about you if you're tall. They're going to talk about you if you got short hair, long hair. They're going to talk about you if you got black hair or gray hair. They're going to talk about you if you got blue eyes or brown eyes. No matter what you do, they're going to talk. What Fantasia said when she was in that competition, what's the song she sung? Let's give them something to talk about. Hey, you better give them something to talk about, because they're going to talk regardless. So give them something real good to talk about. Let them go ahead and gossip. Let them have their little tea time. Let them have their little moment. But you got the Most High on your side, though. Because you have that light. You got that light in your back pocket that you never knew you had. You wondering why people seem to have a little quarrel with you, a little situation with you. It's because when you smile, when you dancing, when you happy, ain't nobody mad but the devil. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. Because you're smiling for a whole different reason. You're smiling because you done went through hell and back. You done went through everything. You dragging along. You dragging along. But you still going. I'm not going to stop telling my story. And thank you to Frugal Mama, because one morning she said it too. She said, Renee, don't stop telling your story. And I'm here to let you know I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I've been through too much to keep my mouth shut. It might be somebody out there that need to hear my story. It might be somebody out there going through what I went through, but too, like they don't want to tell nobody because they gotta stay strong. Don't want to talk about it. Don't wanna step on no toes. I'm not gonna stop telling my story. My name is Letitia Renee, and I prefer to be called Renee. And I am a meningitis survivor. And I am a Graves' disease survivor. And I am now a leukemia survivor. You can't tell me that my God ain't good. And I am also some of the things that people don't like. Said I'm going to hell. Ain't that something? But God got my back through it all. The Most High knows who I am, because I got a personal relationship with him. And that's what the enemy don't like. The enemy don't like that personal relationship. Once you get to the point where you are connected with the Most High, where you can get up in the morning and have a full-blown conversation with him, the enemy don't like that. But I'm here to tell y'all, look into yourself. Do self-inventory. That's what I had to do. I had to look into myself, and I had to figure out what it is about me. What it is about me that's causing me to have all this hardship in my life. What am I doing? I had to look at myself. The enemy is going to seek out whom he may destroy. And if you possess a light, oh, best believe he coming after you. But y'all know how I do it. What is today? Today Friday? Freitag? Wait, it is Freitag. Ha. Oh. I had to slip a little German in there, y'all. But y'all know how I do it. Until next time. Gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye.